Did you know that there are some things that you might do on a cruise ship that can get you kicked off, arrested, or fined? We're going to go through the things you should never do on a cruise in this video up ahead. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the 13 things that you never ever want to do on a cruise. Now, on the most part, this is pretty lighthearted, but I will say these are actual real tips of things you don't want to do on a cruise. Now, some of them, well, it's a matter of etiquette or basic rules on a cruise, but other things can actually have consequences like getting kicked off the ship. So let's get started on those 13 things you never ever want to do on a cruise ship. Number 1, don't arrive late for your cruise. Now, mostly I'm talking about on embarkation day. So you'll really want to make sure that you do fly in a day before your cruise if you are flying in, or even if you're driving more than just a few hours, you'll want to do that also the day before the cruise. Now, this one we hear a lot, but it's for good reason. It's because every single week that there is a cruise, there are people that do miss that cruise ship. Now, I will mention, because this video is made in 2021, we do have some new rules. And normally I would have said to make sure to arrive early on embarkation day to enjoy the full day of the cruise. Now, I still think that is the best thing if you can get an early slot to be able to embark on the cruise ship. But cruise lines do have some new rules where they're going to have staggered embarkation. So make sure to do your online check-in early and choose, if possible, an early embarkation time. Now, in addition to that, if you are able to go off on your own at the cruise port, make sure to never arrive late to get back to the cruise ship. That's another thing. Unfortunately, well, we've all seen those videos where there are pier runners and they're running to catch the cruise ship. I just would not want to be one of those people, and people are definitely left in different destinations, well, often enough. You just don't want that to happen to you. Number 2, don't pack your passport or your government ID in your checked luggage. This is actually something that happens on occasion to people, and it results in them not being able to board the cruise ship. They put their passport as they get out of their cab or their transportation into their checked luggage. It gets whisked away by the porters on the cruise ship as quick as can be because they want to do things so efficiently. And before you know it, you don't have your passports and your government ID. So make sure to keep those on you. If you have a purse or a handbag, put those in there, or carry what's called a neck wallet. Make sure you have those things on you. Number 3, don't bring any prohibited items on the cruise ship. Now, some of these things just aren't obvious, but you cannot bring an iron or a steamer on the cruise ship. Now, if you are worried about what's going to happen to your clothes, are they going to be wrinkly? Well, what you can do is, in some cases, some cruise ships do have laundry services where you can actually do your own laundry on board. Many do not, so you can send your clothes out to be pressed with the laundry services, or you can do my little trick, which is to get some Downy wrinkle release. Very, very easy. Give it a little spritz, hang it in the shower area in the bathroom while you take a shower, and it'll be done. So definitely do that. Number 4, don't forget your seasickness medication as well as your pharmaceutical items. So even if you've cruised before, always bring a little something in case you do get sick this time. You get a little bit of an effect from the motion of the ocean. So you can bring sea bands, ginger candies, Bonine, just something, an over-the-counter medication that could be helpful. As well, make sure that you bring a medicine kit with your polysporin or your antibiotic ointment, your over-the-counter medication. Just have all of that with you, including a few Band-Aids. You don't want to have to go to medical services if it's something that is just quite small that you can handle yourself. Number 5, don't be rude to the crew. This is something, unfortunately, that all of us see from some passengers during the cruise ship. They work really, really hard. They want to please you. They want you to have a great vacation. And as a matter of fact, their job kind of depends on it. So don't be rude to the crew. If you do have an issue, if there's a complaint that you have that's legitimate, it absolutely happens. Sometimes there's just something that doesn't go right. Bring it up to guest services then. And don't wait until you get off the cruise ship to complain to the company. Try to handle it right there on the cruise ship. Also, please do not remove the tips. Now, I know this is something that's a bit controversial. Some people will say that they don't agree with tipping, but the fact is, it is the way it is. It's the way that the crew is paid. in part on a cruise ship. And when you remove the tips, you really do penalize the people that work very, very hard. Number 6, something that you should never do is bring the fruits and the vegetables off the cruise ship. This can actually result in getting fined. Now, one of the ports in particular that we see this is Cozumel, Mexico. They'll often have a large garbage bin at the end of the pier where I guess they're collecting the fruits and vegetables that they might find from people. But we have heard of cruise passengers being fined anywhere from $100 to $500 for bringing fruit and vegetables off the ship. So don't do it. Number 7. Don't wear camouflage in certain cruise ports. Now, this one actually really surprised my husband, who had no idea that it is illegal to wear camouflage outfits, camouflage clothing in Barbados, Jamaica, Antigua, and other cruise ports. So definitely either look that up before you go, or maybe just leave the camo at home. Now, whether or not anybody will actually get arrested, I don't know. I haven't heard of anybody, but it is illegal. So just to let you know. Number 8. Don't do things that are going to get you kicked off the ship. Now, a couple of things that can get you kicked off the ship, of course, are climbing on the balconies. Obviously, that is a big no-no. That is super dangerous. Don't ever do that. I think people know that. But as well, something that can get you kicked off the cruise ship is throwing anything overboard. There was actually a family, probably about 10 years ago, that their kids threw the silverware overboard and they were kicked off the cruise ship at the next port. So nothing goes overboard on a cruise ship. Number 9, don't underpack. Now, I know we usually hear don't overpack, and that is definitely some good advice, but worse than overpacking is underpacking and not having the things that you need. Now, I have to say, I did this once where I tried to pack a little bit lighter, actually a lot lighter. I chose my outfits before the cruise. That was a good plan. However, I wanted a little bit more variety once I was on the cruise ship, and I did regret bringing a little bit too little. Now, usually I bring too much, so that's a whole other story, but things that you don't want to forget to bring on a cruise are formal wear. Make sure that you have that on your checklist of things that you want to pack for your cruise. So formal wear or dressy outfits, shoes that go with the formal wear. That is definitely something that people forget. Something else that people forget, if you plan on going on a really casual cruise and you say, I'm going to live in flip-flops the entire time, nothing wrong with that at all, except for the fact that in some restaurants, you'll be asked to wear closed-toe shoes or shoes that are not flip-flops, not beachwear. And as well, to do some of the activities on the cruise ship, you'll want to have running shoes and socks. Definitely something that you'll have to have for your cruise. Number 10, don't forget about your travel insurance. This is something that sometimes people think, you know what, my cruise didn't cost a lot of money. I don't care if I don't end up going, if something happens and I have to cancel and maybe I lose that money. But remember that your medical travel insurance is very important. And what if you need to be airlifted off the cruise ship? Now, of course, we don't want to think about accidents happening. We don't want to think about lost luggage that we might need to replace an entire wardrobe, but things actually do happen. So make sure that you do have travel insurance just in case. Number 11, don't pick the wrong cruise cabin. Now, of course, picking a cruise cabin that is just perfect for you is very subjective, but there are some basic things that you just don't want to do. Don't pick an adjoining cabin. That's a cabin where the people next door are maybe have a door in between and they're not your family or your friends, so you don't really want to be that close. You will probably hear some noise from their cabin and it may not be something you want to hear. As well, be careful with inside cabins. There's nothing wrong with an inside cabin, but if you're claustrophobic, don't pick it, even if it's a really good value. Don't pick a forward cabin if you are somebody who gets a little bit seasick. Pick something that is midshift or aft. And finally, don't pick a guarantee cabin if you are somebody that's a little bit picky and you care where your cabin is going to be, or if you don't want to be surprised. Number 12, don't forget to prepare for the last day of your cruise. Now, I hate the last day of the cruise, so I hate even talking about it, but there are some things that you do need to remember. One of them is to make sure that you leave clothing out for the last day of the cruise. So if you decide to do the traditional disembarkation where you have to put all of your luggage out into the hallway before dinner or before 10 p.m., then you'll want to make sure that you keep out sleepwear, toiletries, as well as clothing for the next day to leave the cruise ship. And even more important than this is make sure to check your statement the day before the last day of the cruise. So don't wait until the morning of the cruise to realize that maybe there was a mistake on your statement from the cruise, and now you have to line up at guest services, providing a big hassle. Make sure the day before the end of your cruise that you do check that statement and see if everything is okay. Number 13. Now this is a fun one, and honestly something a lot of people just don't think about. Don't forget to book your next cruise while you are on board this cruise. There's actually a lot of advantages to booking your next cruise when you're on board, but in many cases you can book a cruise by putting a deposit on a future cruise, even if you don't know exactly what cruise you want to do next. The advantage of it is that you're going to get a reduced deposit, so that's already something good, but you're also going to get an additional onboard credit that you could either use towards reducing the bill on that cruise that you're on or on your future cruise. So really no disadvantage to doing this as long as you like the cruise line that you are sailing with. So I hope that these tips, these things not to do on a cruise, have been helpful. Now, I know there are many others. As a matter of fact, I have a total of 63 in a blog post that I will leave below in the comments if you want to read all 63 of them. But I'd love to know from you, what are the mistakes that you think people should be very careful of not to make on a cruise? What should they never do on a cruise? Please leave that in the comments below. And of course, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I would absolutely love to have you here in the Life While Cruise family. Happy cruising!